They said the truth won't survive beside the lies that maintain the decaying faces. They said the truth won't survive beside the lies that maintain the decaying faces of this place.
Oh, hey everybody. What's up, man? It's Hold the Truth Hostage, where if the truth was so important, we wouldn't negotiate with lies. We would hold the truth hostage. Full-time ghosting isn't an option. It's the only choice. And, as you can see, man, hold the truth hostage now. You know what I'm saying? A proud author, a manosphere, proud author in the manosphere, the writer of the Man Vantage. If you haven't gotten the Man Vantage, you're missing out. You know what I'm saying? And took a while to write this, and it'll truly help you out. The Man Vantage. I didn't waste time on thoughts and opinions. This is strictly the solutions, the answers, my approach to looking at life mathematically. You know, I think the way men are now, you only have one choice to look at things. You got two choices, the way you look at life. You know what I'm saying? You're either looking at life from the man vantages and the advantages of being a man, or you're not. That's it. I think that's really it from now on. It's either that or not. Oh yeah, this is live, man. This is live. This is a new show. I'm calling hold the hour hostage. Hold the hour hostage. Oh no, oh no, I'm not an AI. I'm real. I'm a real person. You know. But yeah, this is hold the hour hostage. I thought about it. I've been trying to figure out a new format to live stream, a way that's quick, fast, and gets the job done. In a way I could stream without having to stream too long. And giving myself a choice. So of how much I want to stream, but I want to start the show off with a look at Myron Gaines. Let's look. Let me look right now. Let's look at what's happened. You know, you know what I'm saying. So let me just share the screen quick. No more 12-hour streams. I was talking to somebody and he was like, "Yo, man, you stream for 12 hours." I was like, "Man, we were going, man. We were in a zone, the stream zone." But you know, let me share something quick, to show you guys something. Give me a minute. Let me share the screen. Let's look at Myron Gaines. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you see what's yeah, man, hold the 12 hours hostage. Oh man. Oh yeah, man. Happy 420, man. Happy belated 420 to everybody. But yeah, but look at it, man. You know, we called it over 2 years ago, man. The whole manosphere, the whole fresh and fit thing. It's all done, man. A lot of guys that are in the manosphere are gone. It's done. I said this in the Black Pill prophecy stream. In fact, give me a minute, cause I think I gotta do that. Give me 1 second. Let me go to my own channel. Let's go raw. Let's see. You know, look at that. You know what I'm saying? Look at all these streams, man. We did the fresh and fit, prophecy. We covered them, man. And as predicted, what's happened in the manosphere is that, man, the ones remaining in the manosphere are clearly controlled agents. Yeah, I mean, the thing about what's been going on in the manosphere, I knew something was up when the views went back up. I kept telling people every stream that the red pill is no longer seen as an enemy. It's not an enemy. You know what I'm saying? The red pill is now seen as a gift. It's a bunch of men that are telling other men, hey, stay here, man. Fight for idealism. You know what I'm saying? Be an idiot and go against hundreds of billions of dollar corporations, to win what? What are you gonna win besides wasting your life? And I knew the manosphere, anybody claiming the red pill, you know, I knew it was a problem. I knew that YouTube and all of them. I mean, check this out, man. Let me check this out. Elon Musk, you know, give me a minute. Take the red pill. You know, you know what I'm saying? Once Elon Musk, once a billionaire said take the red pill. Let me switch to it quick. View tab on stream. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Once I saw Elon Musk saying take the red pill, I knew it was over, man. I knew it was over. I knew the whole thing was done. The whole scene was pretty much dead. You know, once you have a multi-billionaire, once you have somebody worth hundreds of billions of dollars saying take the red pill, once I saw this, man, I knew it was over. You know what I'm saying? I knew it was over. You know, yeah, all the nonsense in the manosphere is just noise. It's all distractions. It's a waste of time. Yeah, I mean, the manosphere now has really become the domesticated manosphere. You know, a lot of the guys speaking of the red pill, telling men that they're trapped, that this domestic location is the world. I've been trying to talk to a lot of guys. When I talk to them, I say, yo, what you got to take out of your vocabulary is you got to stop saying that America is the world. You got to stop saying that Britain is the world. You got to take the world out of your vocabulary when describing your domestic location. You know what I'm saying? It's a trap. And YouTube saw the money, man. YouTube saw the money because think about the red pill. The red pill narrative is just telling grown men you have to stay here, that this place is the only place. There is nowhere else for you in this world, and that the whole world is here. That the whole world is where you live. You know what I'm saying? Rather than, rather than having a globalistic view. I mean, think about the whole globalist, the anti-globalist narrative. I've been saying this for a while that the anti-globalist narrative is it's a scam. How can you say you're against globalists and globalism when your food cupboard, like open your refrigerator, and I guarantee the orange juice you're drinking, the spice you're using is from the world. You know what I'm saying? I was drinking some Tropicana orange juice, and the orange juice said some oranges from Brazil, some oranges from Mexico, whatever. So the narrative that we have to be anti-globalist, it's stupid. It's a way to limit you. It's a way to get you to be proud, to be completely consumed by your domestic location. If you're in Britain right now, don't look anywhere outside of Britain. You know what I'm saying? If you're in the United States, don't look anywhere outside of the United States. If you're in whatever country you're in, don't look outside of that country because that's being a globalist. That's wrong. That's negative. But like I was saying, this show will be about the goal is to keep it an hour. You know what I'm saying? An hour, hold the hour hostage. Shout out to the homie Bald MH, man. Bald MH used to basically troll me and clown me on just put hold everything hostage. Shout out to the homie Bald MH, man. The legend. You know what I'm saying? But to me, this is when it ended. Think about it. Elon Musk is worth over 100. Yeah, Bald MH, legend, man. Legend. But think about it. Elon Musk is worth over $100 billion. If Elon Musk is telling you to take the red pill, you think YouTube doesn't see that taking the red pill is going to generate it money? A bunch of men crying about fixing fixing the domestic location. And the funny thing about the red pill is that I've been saying this for what is it now, over 5 years. The red pill is nothing more than government propaganda. 1950s, 1940s government propaganda, the whole marriage thing, the nuclear family. The red pill is nothing more than 1950s, 1940s government propaganda. That's what it is. It's government propaganda. And then these guys come up and talk to you as if this is how the world has always been. You know what I'm saying? A nuclear family. You know what I'm saying? A nuclear family this, the nuclear family that. The narrative that women never worked when they've always been working. So you're telling me the women on the farm, the women helping run the household, they weren't working? You know what I'm saying? The same guy saying there's a role for men and women, but they'll always skip out on the fact that, dude, women work just as men work, except they work where it benefits them in the sexes. You know what I'm saying? That's where they work versus where the men work. And the narrative that, the women never worked, women have always worked since the beginning of mankind. Men and women have always worked. There's never been a moment where just the men worked. There's never been that. It's never existed. And when you have Elon Musk worth hundreds of billions of dollars tells you take the red pill, you think YouTube doesn't know take the red pill? You know what I'm saying? Why do you think all these media people are interviewing Andrew Tate? You know what I'm saying? Why are mainstream media people interviewing guys saying take the red pill? You know what I'm saying? Why are they doing that? Because they know the red pill is nothing more than domesticated propaganda that's old. It's old propaganda from the 1950s, the nuclear family this, the nuclear family that, the to have the government in the household. The red pill is nothing more than 1950s government propaganda. You know what I'm saying? Take the red pill, take the blue pill. Y- You know what I'm saying? To co-opt the matrix to sell 1950s propaganda. Give me a minute. Let me put something on the stream quick. Give me 1 minute. Hold the hour hostage. Let's see. Yes. Ooh, I had to put a little little thing, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, the thing is this, man. The red pill is nothing but men in the fetal position admitting that the government owns them. They're government property. That's why Myron Gaines, and think about Myron Gaines, a former FBI agent, is telling men how to live their lives, and then you don't notice how quickly he grew. You know, how out of nowhere all of a sudden Myron Gaines' channel gets hundreds of thousands of subs. Yes, they buy subs, that happens, but also, is it government funded? You know what I'm saying? If you're the United States government, you know, if you're the government of any country and you hear a bunch of men crying that they wish they had 1950s government propaganda. They wish they had 1950s government propaganda back. Why wouldn't you, the government, say, this is great? This is amazing. They're so stupid they don't even know that what they're talking about is government propaganda. That's how lost these men are, you know, and it's a wonderful thing. We need to foster, we need to let this stuff grow. You know, we need to support it. You know, we need to support it, and we need to you know, let it blossom. Because there was a time where YouTube blocked all Manosphere content. I remember MGTOW 101. I remember all the older channels. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. Oh, once a Fed, always a Fed. Yeah. I mean, how do we know that, you know, the whole fresh and fit thing isn't a new government ops? It's not a government ops to get information on men, also trigger potential anti-government, and for them to openly be hostile to the government. You know what I'm saying? So how do you know? How do you know it's not? But you know, like I was saying, yeah, Andrew Tate is clearly a controlled asset. He throws up manic hand gestures. Yeah, well, Andrew Tate, man, we all know Andrew Tate is in the closet. You know what I'm saying? Andrew Tate is bona fide closet material. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people, and the other thing is, you know, I spoke to shout out to Dick Masterson. I spoke to Dick Masterson. Andrew Tate is literally copying Dick Masterson. Let me show you. Give me 1 minute. Let me show you on YouTube quick. Let me go to YouTube. Man, give me 1 second. Oh yeah, yeah. Stop sharing it. Give me 1 minute. I'll show you what I mean. Uh, let's see. Hold the truth hostage. Yeah, check this out. Dick Masterson, Dr. Phil. You know what I'm saying? This is literally who he's pretending. Look at that. Look at this. This is Dick Masterson. You could look him up. He did a whole interview on Dr. Phil. Notice, bald, smoking cigars. You know, let me let him talk.
They're basically the same thing.
But this is not the one.
Give me a minute. Check this out.
There's nothing than chauvinism. A woman has no responsibilities because I don't expect her to get anything right. All women are whores. They trade sex for money. They trade sex for cars. How is prostitution illegal, but alimony isn't? They're basically the same thing. You're paying for the whore to leave.
And yo, look at how he's dressed, bro. You know, shout out to the homie Dick Masterson. I spoke to him a while, chopped it up with him. Look at that, the open vest, the sunglasses, the bald head, the little mustache, clean chin, shaven, chest open, the whole, you know what I'm saying, button up. Dude, Andrew Tate literally copied, in the words of Soulja Boy, Andrew Tate copied Dick Masterson's whole flow. He copied his whole flow. Yeah, he's playing a character. Think about it. Think about the origins. The funny thing about the red pill is that, oh yeah, he just needs a cigar. No, dude, he has the cigar. Take a look. Take a look at this. Look, the cigar. Dude, Andrew Tate's entire character is fabricated. And if you look at this Dick Masterson video, he did this video way back, I think, in the 90s. Think about it. How does Andrew Tate, a martial artist kickboxer who runs a porno website, all of a sudden becomes a hero for men? You know what I'm saying? When he admits that he used to swindle, he used to write texts for the cam girls to get the men. You know what I'm saying? Andrew Tate, look at the glasses of Dick Masterson, man. Let me replay the video again. Let me play the audio.
And freeing to a woman than chauvinism. A woman has no responsibilities because I don't expect her to get anything right. All women are whores. They trade sex for money, they trade sex for cars. How is prostitution illegal, but alimony isn't? They're basically the same thing. You're paying for the whore to leave. A penny saved is a woman fired. Women make horrible employees. Women should not be allowed to vote. It's ridiculous. A woman president would be a disaster. Women know in their hearts that women cannot make decisions. A woman would.
I mean, look at this. Look at that white suit he's wearing, man. The glasses, the stash. This is Andrew Tate, man. Yo, Andrew Tate is a copy and paste of a character Dick Masterson was playing, man. Notice the origin of all these top manosphere characters. Andrew Tate, a martial artist who ran a cam girl website. Then you got Myron Gaines, an ex-federal agent. These are the heroes of the red pill. And I've seen videos of kids doing their hands like Andrew Tate. Oh man, he's based. He's a hero. Of what? You know what I'm saying? He's spewing talking points from Dick Masterson. And here's the funny thing. Dick Masterson released a book on this whole narrative and his character he is. He released a whole book on it. You know what I'm saying? And this is who Andrew Tate is playing. Look at the sunglasses. Yo, yo, this is what the red pill, all the red pill leaders are frauds, man. Frauds. You know what I'm saying? And I remember when I told guys, man, when I started out, you know what I'm saying? Let me see what the homie said. Yeah, Tate is their controlled red pill asset to gatekeep men in the red pill. Well, I mean, I knew Andrew Tate was, I predicted Andrew Tate. I told guys with the philosophy, I got to work on another book. The next book will either be the philosophy or the full-time ghost. I told guys the silver pillar is coming. If the gold pill represents a man that lives around the world, a man that never, actually is settled domestically, the silver pill is the countermeasure. It's a man from overseas seeking to sell and make money off of the suffering of men domestically. Andrew Tate was living in what, Albania, I don't know. He was living overseas. Then he's spreading that men are not respected all over the world. Men are not seen as good fathers while he's in Albania or whatever that country is, a whole other country. And he's spewing the message of the domestic man suffering. You know what I'm saying? He's spewing the narrative. Once I saw, and the funny thing about Andrew Tate is Andrew Tate actually also took some of his approach from Drake, the rapper. Drake, the rapper, is going through a lot of beefs right now. And, oh, he's from Romania. You know what I'm saying? Romania. Andrew Tate's from Romania. And what you see is that Andrew Tate is selling the whole narrative, man. The whole skit. Give me 1 minute. I gotta check the website, the YouTube quick. Give me one moment. And YouTube likes to act a little stupid. Give me 1 second. On. Yeah. All right. Well, we're back in action. Yeah. So, Andrew Tate is all the way from Romania. Yeah, he's from Romania, half British, half Scottish. A man from Romania. Once I saw this, and I'm gonna tell you, Andrew Tate took a lot from Drake. Drake the rapper is going through a beef right now. Andrew Tate came from overseas. And here's the thing, Andrew Tate's been hustling the red pill for years. He didn't blow up until, your Kevin Samuels who passed away. And, once the red pill started getting more friction, once YouTube saw that, oh my God, once YouTube saw that it could make money from men saying, she's average, it's best, high value man, all this scam talk, all of a sudden Andrew Tate started coming in and making money. And Andrew Tate being in Romania where his job and his money is worth a lot more over there, he was not affected by what's going on in America until he made it about it, but Andrew Tate also saw Drake. He saw Drake making money. Drake the rapper pretends to be an American. You know what I'm saying? Let me just switch to the Drake video quick. I'll just show Drake the rapper. Drake, you know. You know what I'm saying? It's all over the internet now with Drake beefing and all this stuff. You know, it's all over the internet with Drake beefing. But here's the thing, Drake is from Canada. And Drake is an actor who played an American. And what is Andrew Tate doing? Andrew Tate is nothing more than an actor playing the role of an American. Let me put my Andrew voice. Men are not respected all over the world. Men have to go through so much trouble. So much things are going on against men. I'm Andrew Tate. You know what I'm saying? Andrew Tate. And I can tell you, you can hear my American accent. You could tell that I'm going through a lot of what Americans are going through. And I could tell you, as an American, I could tell you that men aren't respected all over the world. Get the fuck out of here, man. A Romanian. A Romanian guy who ran a cam girl website cares about men. You know what I'm saying? And Andrew Tate followed the whole Drake formula. The Drake formula, a lot of foreign rappers and foreign musicians back in the 90s, they would still claim their foreign destination. What separated Drake is that he came into America just rapping about what Americans rap about, pretending to be American, and he made it. He faked it. He faked being an American until he made it. And a lot of these American rapping idiots who didn't see that they were literally selling out their culture, selling out their country, made Drake the biggest artist in America. Think about it, the biggest rapper in America is from Canada. You know, you know what I'm saying? The biggest rapper can give you some maple syrup, you know. But like I was saying, the whole Andrew Tate thing, man, let me go back to that video. You know what I'm
Not
saying?
make decisions.
Let me put it back. Yeah. The whole video, man, Andrew Tate is nothing more than playing the role of Dick Masterson. You know what I'm saying? Dick Masterson was doing some crazy level dry humor and comedy. You know what I'm saying? He played this character. You know what I mean? And it's an amazing character of a set piece, a hyper misogynistic, mixed with some facts and truth here and there. He was playing a character. Then Andrew Tate, because think about the whole Andrew Tate situation. How can a guy who's in Romania, who's a kickboxer, identify with the struggles of men in America when his family moved to Romania or London when he was like, I don't know, 3 or 5 years old? So how can he relate to the American man? He must have studied. He must have sat back while he was writing his script for his cam girls. He watched some of the Manosphere content and said, "Oh my God. So all I have to say is that I care about male struggles, speak ill of women, and pretend that I'm an alpha male, and I could lead all these blokes to giving me some money. Hey, I'm Andrew Tate. Notice the hand gestures. You know, my hand gestures are like a evil villain from the 1970s, you know, and all represent and all love and appreciate male masculinity. And there's a fight. We have to fight for masculinity. I'm Andrew Tate. Vote for me as your American president. Because you can't be American without Tate. Come on, man. It was a scam. It was a scam since day one. And I knew, I've been telling guys for over 5 years, man, that the silver pill is coming. A man from overseas. I predicted Andrew Tate's arrival. A lot of people in the manosphere be saying, "Oh, hold the truth hostage, man. He thinks he's a prophet." He thinks he's a prophet. He thinks he's like the male version of Miss Cleo. You know, call me for your free reading. This I hold the truth hostage. Me got me crystal ball. You best call me. Me tell you the future. That a man named Andrew Tate him a coming from Romania. Him a play the role of an American man struggling. Him a appeal to your struggles as an American man, praying for the return of the 1950s. This a hold the truth hostage with your reading. Me tell you the future. Come on, man. I told you this. Andrew Tate was coming. When Andrew Tate arrived, when Andrew Tate took over, it was over. The manosphere was done. Once a man from overseas can grift selling you issues that don't affect them. I mean, what affects Andrew Tate in America and Romania? The laws are literally different. They're not even the same world. You know what I'm saying? Same nation. The laws in America, I don't even think there's no fault divorce in Romania. I don't think there's a high divorce rate in Romania. What is he dealing with in Romania that the American man deals with? Like, what is he dealing with? Nothing. But he came here seeing how weak the domesticated male is, just how fragile and sensitive the American man has become. And he saw a way to line up his pockets, man, you know? And then you add in the fact that the leader, Kevin Samuels, dies. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Samuels dies of a stroke. I think banging some hit the wall, as they say, the wall of a 30-year-old, I don't know, some obese chick, some buffalo built, you know, piglet built, you know, PBW, piglet built woman, BBW, buffalo built woman. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be dropping a book soon. It's gonna be called Hold the Truth Hostage. You know, hold the vocabulary hostage. You know what I'm saying? Where I just put all the grammar I've come up with. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, you saw Kevin Samuels died. Kevin Samuels, who was telling men how to clean their ass, how to wipe their ass. If you look at the manosphere, Red Pill, and you even look up some MGTOW content creators. You know, I remember MGTOW's Freedom when I used to watch him. Used to watch it heavy, but then I thought about it, and you know, when I saw what he was complaining about further, I was like, it makes no sense. So you gave your wife a house, a barn, you volunteered. You know what I'm saying? Like I tell guys, you know, one of the biggest quotes I got: volunteers can't be victims. You can't be a victim when you volunteered. We all know how the laws work. You know what I'm saying? We know the law. As soon as a man gets into that wedding chapel, he's basically gave the government ammo. The government's already aiming at you. You know what I'm saying? Let me fix the camera a little. The government's aiming at you like this. You know what I'm saying? But what they're aiming at you, they don't have bullets. They don't have bullets yet. The way the government works is the government wants you to give them the ammunition. Oh, you got a child? We got ammunition. You know what I'm saying? You got married? We got ammunition. You bought a house with her? Ammunition. You know what I'm saying? We have all the means to turn to weaponize you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, the homie was good, man. The wedding chapel, sacrificial altar. Yeah. The thing is this, man. I've been telling guys this. The volunteer, the way the government works, God bless America. In fact, let me play the sound of America. Give me 1 second. I gotta find it quick. Just play the sound of America. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Give me 1 minute. You know what I'm saying? Play the ball. I'm gonna give you the sound of America, the spirit. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying that's a bald eagle, man. The spirit of America, the sound of America, the bald eagle. You know what I'm saying? That should be like your alarm. If you're an American man, your alarm should be like a bald eagle. You know what I'm saying? A bald eagle just screaming. I'm letting you know the spirit, the strength of America. The bald eagle. you know? Yeah. Yo, Thomas, what's up, man? What's good, bro? Yeah, but I'm just showing you. This is, if you want to know who Andrew Tate is, I'm gonna share the link just in case y'all don't know. This is Andrew Tate right here. This is literally where Andrew Tate got his whole stick, man. But like I said, when you wake up in the morning, man, a bald eagle. Think about a bald eagle. The bald eagle flies, it's free. You know what I'm saying? It has no liabilities or attachments. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, the thing I'm telling you is this, bro. The red pill, that whole sector, it's all profit, it's money. It is a government, and it's an opportunity created for the government. Like I was saying with the manosphere, when I was watching MGTOW's Freedom, you know, oh, Weebly was good, man. Oh, no knee touching, man. I gotta, now that AI allows you to make music, man, I'm gonna be dropping a knee touching album. I'm gonna make the AI sing the whole knee touching album, man. We about to have some jokes here. But the thing is, when I knew MGTOW's Freedom was lying, is that he kept a lot of men, how you could tell they're lying is they speak as though, no pun intended, as though the woman kidnapped them and held them hostage. You know what I'm saying? They volunteered. Like MGTOW's Freedom did a video where he described, I built her a house. I got her horses. You know what I'm saying? I got her horses. I built the house. I gave her a shed. I built her a river, a pond. Dude, you gave her all these assets. You know what I'm saying? You volunteered to be a victim. You know, like I was saying, the way the government works in America, a man is free. The way these guys work, and Andrew Tate, to me, one of the most destructive things Andrew Tate preaches is this narrative that you don't have freedom of choice. You know what I'm saying? The narrative that you do not have freedom of choice is the most dangerous narrative being thrown at men, because it's telling you, well, you don't have any freedom of choice, so give me your money. You know what I'm saying? Give me your money. You don't have choice. You should just give me your money. And when you give me your money and you fund my scam, it's not your fault. You didn't have freedom of choice. You know what I'm saying? We're in a system where we don't have freedom of choice at all. It's a lie, man. It's a lie. And let me see what the homie said. Buffalo House. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Yeah, bro. I mean, the homie, man, Black Circle, man. You know, and the homie Weebly, man, the man himself, the legend. You know what I'm saying? Thomas was good. The thing is, that's the most, and I've heard a lot of guys spit this narrative that we don't have decisions. We can't make decisions. That is that's the sign of the weakest men among us. We have choices, man. You know, even if there's so-called what is it? An alternative universe. So there's a universe where you uh you got into you got on the altar, you went to the wedding chapel. Who cares? That's that version of me. Who cares? You have your own choices. The choosing to not admit you have choices, it's really to abandon accountability. A lot of these guys in the manosphere, man, they're all about you denouncing accountability for your decisions. You know what I'm saying? For you to give them your money and make them an example of your accountability and your decisions. And right now in America, the Western man is never been weaker. You know what I'm saying? The westernized man is made out of goddamn jello. You know what I'm saying? His mind, his spirit, his body, gelatin. You know what I'm saying? I've seen guys on social media saying, I used to have this friend of mine and used to be close to this girl and we were so close, we were best friends and she abandoned me and left me emotionally distraught and I'm sad and I'm scared. Why doesn't she want to admit we're still friends? And dude, the average man in the West now is, man, I'm telling you, bro, we might need to start selling you know what I'm saying, for the average man, we need to start selling a detachable vagina, you know, detachable. Something they could put on when they start crying and screaming and being sad and all that BS. They could put on a vag and say, "Oh my God, I feel safe. I feel so much better because I finally have the pussy I wasn't born with." You know what I'm saying? So that's what's going on. So a lot of these guys, I saw MGTOW's Freedom blaming his wife. Oh man, she took everything. You gave her everything. You volunteered to be a victim. The way the government works is the government is daring you. The government is daring you to volunteer. You know what I'm saying? It's daring you. You know what I'm saying? The government's daring you to volunteer to be a victim. You know, that's how most of the westernized countries work. Okay, man, we want him to volunteer to be a victim. Maybe love. We need to sell love to him. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you'll volunteer to be a victim for love. Maybe he'll volunteer to be a victim for tradition. Maybe he'll volunteer to be a victim because of loneliness. Maybe he'll volunteer to be a victim because that's the culture. Maybe he'll volunteer to be a victim if he admits he has no choice in life, that none of his decisions matter. Anyway, there's no such thing as freedom of will. Oh, this is perfect. This is perfect right here, man. If we could only push that amongst men and get them talking about they don't have a freedom of will. You know what I'm saying? That all their decisions in life has been made for them. We could get them to volunteer to be victims without the without the trauma of them regretting it. Because how can you regret doing anything when you never had any choices to begin with? How can you regret? You can't have regret if you didn't have choices. You know, your choices are not your own. So a lot of men are being sold and buying into this Andrew Tate, fresh and fit, all the scams. You know, let me go back to give me 1 minute. I gotta find the the image. Yeah, there it is, right there. You know, give me 1 second. That's the image. You know what I mean? I tell people, man, you gotta read into Elon Musk. I've been saying this. I've been saying the Elon Musk situation for oh, let me see. I still like MGTOW's Freedom. His videos were good. Yeah, I mean, I used to watch him when he spoke about stuff that, you know, wasn't about acting as though a woman controls him, like she's a boogeyman or something. That's the biggest issue I have with the manosphere. In one breath, men will say, we're the strongest, we're the most dominant, we're the smartest. Then out of nowhere, to avoid accountability for their actions, to avoid the fact that they volunteered to be a victim, they'll say, well, you know, she forced me. She took me. She took this from me. She took that from me. You know, she made me marry her. No, you bastard. You volunteered to be a victim. You know, you volunteered. You know what I'm saying? And it's doing a lot of damage to other men that you can't accept accountability and say, I volunteered to be a victim. You know, you know what I'm saying? You can learn from his mistakes. Yeah. But here's the thing, Black Circle, you know, the homie, you can't learn from the mistakes of a man that will not admit he's done a mistake. That's the problem. That's the problem we get in MGTOW and the red pill sectors, that none of these men, I'd say at a rate of over 99%, will admit their mistakes and their bad. And in fact, you know me, I don't even like the word mistake. You know what I'm saying? They're bad choices. They're bad decisions. They're volunteering to be a victim. Like I tell people this, man, I don't blame the women at all. I don't blame a woman for taking all your money. I don't blame a woman for taking all your resources. You volunteered for that. You know what I'm saying? You volunteered for it. You have to understand that, you know, this is how marriage works. Damn, I got, you know what I mean? I'll show you something. You know, man, your boy. Yeah, that's right, man. That's the box. You know what I'm saying? Your boy is registered out here, man. You know, but I can't show it. But yeah, the thing is this. You volunteered. It's like this, man. You know, someone has you know, someone has a a a, a gun in their hand. You know, they're armed. They got a I'm pointing at you right now. I got a let's say I got a gun in my hand, and you open your mouth. You put your mouth right near the barrel of the gun. You put your mouth right near the barrel of the gun. And then you get surprised that I pulled the trigger. You know what I'm saying? That's what these guys are spewing in the manosphere. The majority of these men in the manosphere, they're not men. A man will take accountability. A man will accept what he's done, right or wrong. Yo, I did it. I volunteered to be a victim. You know what I'm saying? My apologies. I did it. You know, you can't be going around blaming the women because who proposed to her? Who got on one knee and offered to volunteer to be a victim? Was it her? I don't see women uh being the ones who got on their knees. And even when they do, they're getting on their knees to obtain resources. It's about the resource obtaining. And the majority's men in the manosphere take the red pill, take the blue pill. They all sell the inaccountability. You know what I'm saying? For you to not be accountable. But you know, again, remember people, the man vantage is out right now. You know what I'm saying? From your boy, hold the truth hostage. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? And again, thank you for everyone who purchased the Man Vantage. Much respect. I look forward to your reviews, your thoughts on the book. And who knows, I might have missed something. You know what I'm saying? I might have missed something on the book. And you know, it feels good, man. It feels good to be a published author now. You know what I'm saying? An author, you know, in the manosphere, you know. But let me see what the homie said. A lot of these MGTOW don't learn until they've been divorced and lost everything. Well, that's the thing. I don't think they learn anything. You can't learn anything when you can't accept accountability. From what I've learned is a lot of these guys will take it to the grave. They'll take this way of thinking. Think about Vincent McTowell. I used to watch Vincent McTowell's channel a lot, and I think he passed away, doing some type of he passed away of cancer, trying to do some natural holistic thing, and at the same time he was doing videos on female nature, this and that. Let me tell you about female nature, and I've been saying this for over 5 years. Over 5 years in the manosphere, I've been telling guys, female nature is written and created by man. You know what I'm saying? It's man. A lot of it is man-made. The whole monkey branching narrative. How can a woman monkey branch when her father decided who she got with? How did she monkey branch? How did women in the 1940s, 1950s, 1930s, 1920s, 1910s, 1890s, how did they monkey branch when their father had to give them approval for the man they were supposed to be with? That's why this whole narrative of monkey branching, I did a whole section on YouTube, because a lot of people, you know, some people are new to the channel. You know what I'm saying? Give me a minute. Let me go to YouTube quick. Give me 1 second. Give me a minute. Give me 1 second. Let me go to YouTube quick. Give me 1 second. Debunk. You know what I'm saying? Let me show you quick. I'm about to share the link to you. Give me 1 minute. Yeah, check this out. This is a whole link to a whole section I did of debunking the manosphere. Debunked. You know what I'm saying? I debunked a lot of crap, man. There's the homie, man. You're right, Hold. I do agree they blame the women in the system and not themselves. Yeah. I mean, the majority of manosphere content, sad to say, that's why I made my own lane. I got on my own lane because it becomes like how long can you keep associating with men that are bitching? You know what I'm saying? The manosphere has become like a cloud of bitching, you know. You can't respect these men, man. It's a bunch of grown men bitching, crying, you know what I'm saying? And you just keep hearing, well, she did this to me, she did that, and she did this, she did that, and oh guys, I'm so sad, and can you cry with me? Can you hold my hands and love me like my father never did, or that woman never did? Oh man, it's a bunch of weirdos in the manosphere, man. The closet, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people think I was joking, but the way the manosphere's been going, like think about it, wheat waffles. A guy from Britain, this is wheat waffles, all built on entire channel, right in the face of men. Come on, man. A guy doing videos about rating the face of men reached over 100,000 subs. You know what I'm saying? Who rated the face of minors. You know what I mean? The closet is, the closet is probably the most powerful force in the manosphere. You know what I'm saying? I remember I got a lot of heat for the closet. Oh my God, hold the truth hostages. He's come up with a term called the closet and the portable closet. You know what I'm saying? Man, you can't censor that on YouTube. You can't censor closet. You can't censor portable closet. You can't censor Rainbow Rider. You can't. You can't censor Rainbow Rider, closet, portable closet, and I got a new one called the closet on wheels. You know, the closet on wheels. You can't censor closet recruiter. You can't censor that. You can't censor closet recruiter, you know. And it offended them, man. It offended them. It scared them. You know what I'm saying? And I got a lot of heat for that. Oh man, hold the truth hostage. How dare he? How dare he expose the closet in the manosphere? You know what I'm saying? A bunch of men telling you, you need to drop your guard, brother. You need to drop your guard and let other men inside of you. You know, who is that? Who the hell is TMV? TVM. I don't know who that is. But yeah, I mean, the closet is still present, man. Why can't I talk about what's still affecting a lot of men? Myron Gaines, one of the biggest popular guys in the manosphere, has been exposed sleeping in the bed with men. Closet. You know what I'm saying? You got what's his name from what is that? Huh? I forgot who that is. Oh, TVM. I don't know who that is. Oh, it's that man, I don't even want to say the guy's name. I made my dedication that I ignore a lot of these guys and let them do what they want to do. Oh, the vital message. All that. And I left that situation years ago. To me, I don't even talk about these dudes. I just keep covering what I got to cover, you know. I remember when I said that, I just left, this is how closeted the manosphere was. I remember I got into a beef because I told the man, yo, enjoy your life. I don't want to talk to you, man. I'm going through a lot of things. And next thing I know, I get threats everywhere, all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, I just told a grown man you could live your own life. You know what I'm saying? Peacefully. This is the so-called manosphere of male leadership when men get offended that other men don't want to talk to them. You know what I'm saying? Oh my God, hold the truth hostage. Why don't you want to talk to me? The sound of your voice, I miss it. Looking at your locks, I miss it. The closet. You know what I mean? So I leave him alone, man. YouTube. I remember what happened with that. The whole channel. Oh my God, hold the truth hostage. Why can't we talk anymore? I miss looking at your big brown black hands. I miss looking at you like you were like the black father I never had. You were so caring and kind, like a father I never had. Hold the truth hostage. Don't leave me. The most important man in my life. yo, yo, man, you can't make this stuff up, man. But to the homies that was celebrating 420, man, respect to the homies, man. You know what I mean? I had me a celebration of 420. I would recommend that you get a dry herb vape where you just put the stuff in there and you smoke it. You know what I mean? The dry herb. But yeah, I mean, the closet is everywhere, man. The manosphere, and I've shown it for years. I've exposed it. I was literally I was literally the example of what happens when you turn away from the closet. You know, I got death threats. I got people wishing the police would shoot me. You know what I'm saying? I got somebody connecting the FBI to my channel. These are the same men that were saying, "Oh, we're here for men and men's rights." And I got literally streams, 2-hour streams. I had a 5-hour stream of a grown man in his 60s or 70s complaining I don't want to be his friend. You know, this is the manliest space on YouTube, you know. But you know, man, we're almost running out of time. You know, this is Hold the Hour Hostage, but you know, I'm gonna go a little more, drop a few more minutes. But the thing is this, man, Elon Musk, you know, Elon Musk, uh, oh wow, damn man. I love it when this is when they show up, you know. Oh man, let me just I don't know why he's even here. Yeah, that might not even be him. That might be like an alt account. Let me take a look. Let me go to my channel quick. I don't know why the guy's even here. Let's see. Give me a second. Go to the live stream. Yeah, give me 1 minute. Give me 1 second. Um, oh, there it is. Gone. There it is, man. It's over. You know, but to me the thing is these are the same people, and you gotta look at what's going on is that I left some people alone for over, what is it, 3 years. I don't even talk about the guy. You know what I'm saying? The same guy who made a whole video, you know, lying and all that and all this stuff. To me, I've moved on, man. I got no problems. The same guy who hollered at what was it? Wasn't that chick like under 17 or something? You know what I'm saying? Wasn't that like, you know, then you become, weren't you exposed for being a minor chaser? You know what I'm saying? Didn't that happen? You know what I'm saying? I blocked it, but then that happened that some chick exposed you were asking her younger sibling of a minor, you know what I'm saying, for body shots. This is what's going on in the manosphere, man. You know? And to me, I love it that guys will come after me for just being honest, you know. This is because they're uncomfortable being what they are. You know what I'm saying? You know, how dare a guy expose what's going on, you know, expose how much the closet impacts the manosphere. The same guy who said in one video, you know, you shouldn't get plastic surgery as a man. It damages you. Then once he started grifting, he started telling men, yeah, you should get plastic surgery. It'll help you keep a woman. You should get bone lengthening surgery. This is what's going on in a manosphere. You know, Tom Brady, the example, of you know what I'm saying? Do I get that? You see that? Let's get. You know, you had Tom Brady, the example of the example of so-called let's see that he was all right with Duke and Don making threats of doxing, and he then kissed his ass when he was on the show. Yeah, I mean, you know, that was years ago, man. The thing is, you know, to me, I explain that. The thing is, if you got guys threatening to dox you and your family and where you work, man, you know, you gotta, you know, with the law being on your side, you gotta report that. You know, if somebody's threatening to dox your family, what was it? I was in the manosphere. I remember a stream I was on where somebody took a photo of one of my relatives and put like an image of a gun to it. You know what I'm saying? This is what happens in the manosphere. You know what I'm saying? This is what happens when you have these feminized cowards, man. You know what I'm saying? First they want to know, and here's the thing about it, and a lot of guys think, you know, oh, this closet thing is a joke, is that why would another man who's so-called heterosexual. Why would a heterosexual man want to know where another man lives? You know what I'm saying? Why would you want to know where another man lives who A hasn't invited you to his home, B is you know, following their privacy? A lot of the stuff they want is to be closer to another man. You know, I've never spoken to, shout out to some of the homies on here. I've never asked anybody, oh, what's your address, this and that, and can we meet up? Can we meet up and have like some cookies and cake or something like that, a cupcake? Ooh, what kind of heterosexual male wakes up thinking about, I need to know where this other man lives? You know what I'm saying? I need to know so I can visit him, so I can come see him and, witness his magnificent image in real life. You know what I'm saying? It's like when I had to debunk the whole guys behind the avatar thing. They used to say online, and they still say it, where they tell you as a man, why are you hiding behind an avatar? Why don't you show yourself? Why don't you show your face and show your photo? Why do you want to see another man that badly? You know what I'm saying? So for you, it's not enough to just talk to another man. You have to see him. You know what I'm saying? You got to see another man. This is why I stepped back from this community. Oh, JP was good, man. Let me see, man. Let me drop the link. I mean, I'll just expand this to another. Give me a minute. Let me see if I could invite somebody. Let me, I'll share the link. I'll go on for like another 30 minutes. JP was good, man. The thing is, a lot of these men online are, they perform a lot of closet activity. As a heterosexual man, I've never thought about finding out where another man lives. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get real photos of another man. Hey, JP was good, man. JP, you weren't celebrating 420, were you? You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That 420 was real, dog. One of the homies told me, man, you know what I'm saying, you gotta make sure you got a good grinder, man. You gotta have a good grinder with you, bro. I had this grinder for like over 5 years, man. Good memories with this grinder right here. You know what I'm saying? Man, yo, JP, not this time. Not this time. I can't believe he came over here crying about stuff that happened 3 years ago. Yeah, I mean, they live in the past, man. These guys look at you as the one, hold the truth hostage, and all these other guys are the men that got away, the men that got away from me. Oh man, I wake up every day thinking about the men that got away, the men that got away from me. Oh man, why didn't they just stay in my life? You know what I'm saying? And my thing is, I was respectful, man. I was respectful, but that's old news. That's stuff from 3 years ago. And the funny thing about that, when you bring it up, is that we had a pandemic, man. We had Conan 19. You know what I'm saying? We literally had a pandemic. I remember when people were coming after me during a pandemic. You know what I'm saying? A pandemic. These guys, you know what I'm saying? Oh yeah, that. Well, I mean, what I told guys is, man, if they're doxing you and you feel threatened, you got to report it to the authorities, man. That's what you pay you're a taxpayer to the police for. The authority. You got, what I mean, I don't know if I still have that threat from way back, cuz I moved on from it. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the present. I'm in the future. You know what I'm saying? But these guys kept coming back from the past. It's your right as a citizen. You know what I'm saying? Your tax money, And here's the thing about doxing is that, let's say someone knows where you live. That doesn't mean they're gonna meet you. Like, you might have family, relatives over, and what if somebody got problems with you where they attack your relative? And you gotta think about it. Your relatives, you might have a 80-year-old grandma, 70-year-old grandpa, or whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? And these guys were proud to stand by other men that suspect. You got other men that are literally promoting uh the closet as much as they want. I've been telling guys in the manosphere there's a lot of closet recruiting going on. And they bring up, oh, you're still using the word closet. Well, YouTube doesn't allow you to use the real word. So what do you want me to use? You know, they hate that you're above the algorithm and you know what's going on. And a lot of these guys, man, I'm not even worried about them. Shout out to, I remember what MD said way back. MD said something very profound and deep. He said, these guys are not men. They're not even males. You know what I'm saying? He said something, I forget how the quote went, but he said something about they're not men. They're not men, man. What kind of men will want to find out your photo? I was on Twitter. I was on Twitter and some dude tweeted my image. Like, he found an image of me on like Facebook or something and said, "Is this you?" And I'm like, "Dude, you're a grown man searching online to find a photo of another man, and you spent all this time to look at another man, then you share this image as though it doesn't expose that you're into other men." You know what I'm saying? You're literally going around taking photos of other men and saying, "Is that you?" You spent that time, you got access to the internet to look at other men. You know what I'm saying? You're exposing who you are. This doesn't do nothing to me, you know. That's why I said way back, shout out to some of the homies, man. Some homies I've spoken to, they only speak with you through an avatar. And I'm like, word, cool. That ain't a problem. Why would I have a problem of another man who wants his privacy that only talks to you through an avatar? That's as comfortable as he feels to talk to you through an avatar. Why would a heterosexual male, be worried about how another man looks? Oh man, dude, if you really want to talk to me, you gotta get out of that avatar. You gotta show your face. You gotta reveal who you are. Why would a heterosexual male be making these demands? You know what I'm saying? I understand like a chick, like if you're talking to like a chick online and maybe she wants to see you, she likes you, whatever. So she'll ask for a way to look at your appearance and, try to gauge out who you are. But when another man is telling you, "Hey, I need you to get out of that avatar. I need you to get away from this avatar and I need you to speak and show yourself," then yo, man, what do you want me to say besides the closet? You know what I'm saying? The closet is real in the manosphere. Literally one of the biggest channels in the manosphere. Let me see what the homie said. Everyone moved on. It's sadly, yeah, they haven't. You know that. Let's see what the homie Thomas. I started playing games online 20 years ago. Why care about someone's looks online at this point? Yeah. Well, I mean, Thomas, man, it's they they have a weird, there's a lot of guys that, online, they're not well known, their parents, their family don't know who they are online and what they do. So they get to display their fantasies about, you know, fantasizing about other men. And they do that through YouTube, man. They do that through YouTube and they try to expose their interest in other men. I made a whole video about it way back called The Closet Recruiter. A lot of these guys want a lot of men to drop their guard so they can come close to you and try to get you. I mean, why would all these channels that are so-called for men's rights be so antagonistic and want the images of other men? Like, think about it, the radio station. Like, the biggest thing I've been telling guys, the reason podcasts are blowing up is that radio is going to be the number one form of entertainment, like it used to be. The reason TV took radio's spot was that you could not watch the radio on TV, and you couldn't take the radio with you everywhere you went. And the reason I bring up radio is that when you listen to radio, you don't see the faces of the people you're listening to. You just listen to what they're saying, and if you enjoy it, you keep listening. That's where we're going at. That's why podcasts are becoming the number one form, or they already are the number one form of entertainment that's consumed, because you could listen to a podcast while you're driving. You could do everything. It doesn't interfere with your life from a visual perspective. And what it exposes is that most men, the heterosexual men, don't care. We never have. We don't care about how another man looks. It's just a matter of, do we agree with you? Is what you're talking about goes with our interest? And the fact that you got a lot of men in the manosphere begging, yelling, arguing with other men to show themselves, you know what I'm saying? Show themselves, it exposes that there's something wrong with you. You know what I'm saying? Like the homie Thomas said, I played video games online. We used to play, what is it, Call of Duty, Gears of War, um, yeah, Gears of War, Call of Duty, Halo, whatever. When I play online, I never talk to someone online and say, when I play 2K, show yourself. Who are you in real life? Come on, man. It's a bunch of weirdos, man. But like I was saying, man, let me get back to the subject matter at hand. The red pill. And notice how all this antagonism towards the stream came once I started talking about the red pill. Once I started talking about Andrew Tate, once I started, talking and pointing out the problems, all of a sudden, people from over 3 years ago, people I don't even talk about or even acknowledge they exist in this world, came back because they want their opportunity to grift and make some money off of this. When Kevin Samuels died, no one said, "Oh my God, Kevin Samuels died. What did he accomplish?" No, everybody was, "Oh man." In fact, let me see if I still got the banner. Where is it? Kevin Samuels. Where is that thing? I'm trying to see if I didn't delete it. Where's the Kevin? Yeah, there it is. Oh, there it is, right there. When Kevin Samuels died, if you're watching the stream, nobody asked what changed. What changed since Kevin Samuels died? What did he accomplish from a legal standpoint? What was the effect of Kevin Samuels? You know, nothing. You know what I'm saying? It's just a bunch of men, and men been talking amongst each other. He made men more open about talking about the relationship world, joking about it. And the thing about Kevin Samuels, he passed away, whatever. But Kevin Samuels showcased he's very antagonistic to men. I remember when he interviewed, shout out to I don't want to bring it up, shout out to one of the homies, you know, David Little, shout out to the homie. But when Kevin Samuels interviewed, you know, David Little and went at him, and Kevin Samuels he said something that exposed how much of a fraud he was when he said, I go as hard on the men as I go on the women. You know what I'm saying? That's what Kevin Samuels said. I go as hard on the men as I go on the women. And you're like, wait a minute, aren't you speaking up for men? And you know how unfair the family court is. You know how unfair the marriage laws are. Aren't men already facing a far harder trial? So why would it be dignified for you to go at the men even harder? How does that make any sense? Like, the men are already down. You know, there are men that aren't seeing their children. There are men that lost access to their household. I remember when I was on Coach Greg Adams stream, where this guy called on the stream and said they put a restraining order on me as soon as I got off work. He said as soon as he got off work, coming home after working a shift, they put a restraining order on him and he couldn't see his family, he couldn't see his kids. You know, they put a restraining order on him. So how can you go harder on the men when it's literally legal for the men to face more hardship when it comes to the family court? That the whole system is set up for, like I said, for men to volunteer to be a victim. So how can you go harder at the men that are already victims? You know what I'm saying? So in that moment, Kevin Samuels opened up to say that he's more than willing to put a man down that's already down. He's more than willing to go further into destroying a man. You know what I'm saying? When they're already down. The majority of men in the West, they're already down, man. If you got a child, the biggest fear, let me fix the stream coverage. Yeah. The biggest fear of men in the West is it's not losing their children. It's not losing their family. The biggest fear is knowing that, you know, they'll be able to lose they'll have to watch their children be taken from them. You know what I'm saying? Long before they have a chance to step up to protect. Like, think about it. A man in the West with kids is thinking about that, yo, there's a higher chance of the person he married, the person who had his children, taking them away than a burglar or a kidnapper breaking into his home. There's a higher chance of that happening. And then you got to think of, I've been telling a lot of guys, is that a lot of the laws that have been passed, especially with these celebrities right now promoting, you know, transitioning your children, you know, think about that, man. You go to work for 40 hours. You know what I'm saying? You go to work for 40 hours and you come back home and out of nowhere, your son is wearing a dress. You know what I'm saying? Out of nowhere, your son is, you know what I'm saying, on hormones. You know, there are literally states now where they don't have to tell the parent that the school is injecting their children with hormones to make them become a woman, you know, transition them. You know, the man with a child right now is already down, man. He's already down. So when Kevin Samuels admitted, I go as hard on women as I go on men. And you know, it also exposed how, you know, how basically broken Kevin Samuels was. What type of man takes credit for, yo, I was tough and hard on women. I was aggressive and angry towards the women. I was tough on women. And you look at it and you're like, dude, you're a man. You know what I'm saying? You don't get no brownie points. You don't get any points for being a tough guy to women. You know what I'm saying? What is tough about that? You know, and you got the whole Myron Gaines situation. And now a lot of channels are patterning, fuck, pat, patterning their channels based on Fresh and Fit and Kevin Samuels, where they get overly angry at some women and kick them out, whatever, you know. What was it, Kevin? What was it? Myron Gaines called it going Frank Castle, being tough on women made him a tougher man. And you're like, the only guys that tend to believe they have to be harsh towards women tends to be the guys in the closet. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you watch fight videos in the club, a lot of times the guy that isn't straight will be fighting the women. You know what I'm saying? Because in his mind, with how psychologically damaged he is, he thinks it's correct to fight the women. That he's one of them. You know what I'm saying? If you watch a lot of videos, you'll see a lot of these videos where these dudes, these rainbow riding dudes, are fighting women. You know, but to get back with the Elon Musk thing is this, man. You have to understand. You got to understand how impactful that Elon Musk, a guy worth hundreds of billions of dollars, is telling you to take the red pill. And then look at this was May 17th, 2020, at the heart of the pandemic. Elon Musk was telling. And think about that. At the heart of the pandemic, when buildings were closed, a lot of people were struggling to make their money, a lot of businesses were going under or struggling, you got Elon Musk telling you to take the red pill, because the red pill is not a threat to the domestic problems that are going after men. It's not at all. The red pill is not a solution to anything domestic, because the red pill is actually promoting the propaganda that was in the 1950s, the nuclear family. And think about what I've done multiple streams on the nuclear family. Every time I touch up on the nuclear family, there's something new, because what happens with the nuclear family is that it divides your voting power. It divides your voting power from the extended family. You know what I'm saying? Oh, there's the homie, man. David Little. What's good, brother? Nice setup out here, man. Cold and working. Oh, you working. Hey, man. David, make that bread, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to remember, David, you went from crawfish to lobster, man. You know what I'm saying? You went from crawfish to lobster, from shrimp to crawfish. You know what I'm saying? That lobster ain't free, man. That lobster ain't free, brother. You know what I mean? But yeah, when you got a multi-billionaire worth hundreds of billions of dollars at the time of the pandemic is telling you take the red pill, it's basically saying that this red pill will do nothing. It is meaningless. It is worthless. You know what I mean? And the thing is, like I was saying, is that with that situation, damn, I think I lost my thought. Yeah, now I remember. The nuclear family, every time I go back to the nuclear family, there's something new to expose. And what's new to expose is when you had the extended family. Oh yeah, it was good, David. You know what I'm saying? Homie Deacon Little, man. You know what I'm saying? When you had the extended family, you had a lot more voting power. You know what I'm saying? You had a lot more voting power. There were literally families that would come together and say, we're all voting this way. So how can you and your family vote together, the extended family? How can you all utilize your voting power when you're pro a system that divides you away from your family? You know what I'm saying? The nuclear family is all about that one household, your direct family, your woman, the children you had with her. You know what I'm saying? It's not about the extended family where, your cousin, your uncle, your grandpa, they're all within reach and you all can vote the same way. You know what I'm saying? You all can participate in the political system the same way. And the nuclear family was designed to destroy the strength of the American family, which was the extended family. The extended family that was destroyed. And I wrote this on the Man Vantage. You know what I'm saying? One thing I wrote about that's big, and while talking to you, I'm learning about it even more, is that the Civil War. The Civil War was all about destroying the extended family, limiting it and destroying it. Because they had family members going to war with one another from the North and the South. It was all about destroying the power of the voting power between the extended family from North, South, East, West. Think about it. if you were a family back in those days and you were in the North, you were like, you know what, we in the North, you in the South. How you voting in the South? How we voting in the North? You know, like you were talking back and forth about how you would vote. You know what I'm saying? And how you would affect the country as a whole. And now what's happened is when the Civil War happened, the government, which had knowledge of how slavery was ended in Great Britain. It ended in 1831. If you know, you correct me if I'm wrong. I think it ended in 1831. So that means the United States government had awareness of how to end slavery for over 27 years without war. For over 27 years, they knew how to end it without war. But the problem of ending slavery and all that BS without war was that the extended family would still exist. The extended family would still exist. So how do you wipe out the extended family? We must have a war. We must have a civil war where we literally have families destroy one another, destroy their resources, destroy their wealth. You know what I'm saying? So the government can go and take all that wealth. You know what I'm saying? They had families from the north destroy all the houses and family wealth they had in the south. And who takes over that? Government construction, government relations, government related aspects, they take over. And that's what destroyed, that was the whole goal, was to destroy the extended family. The most dangerous thing to the corruption of the government, of course, it's the male vote. The male vote is the most dangerous vote. That's why they created the female vote, to basically filter out and cancel out the male vote. And before they did that, before they gave the female vote the same worth as the male vote, they had to destroy the man's extended family. Then after destroying that man's extended family, then they had to destroy a way for this man to easily start his family. So they destroyed polygamy. Polygamy all of a sudden becomes illegal. You know what I'm saying? Polygamy becomes illegal, prostitution becomes illegal. Everything is built on destroying the extended family. That's one chapter I covered in this book. You know what I'm saying? Because one thing the United States chose compared to other countries is the United States chose to be bigger than a government. Governments come and go. You know what I'm saying? Governments come and go. People can destroy the government. The United States, and I did this chapter. Let me look at the contents. Yeah, I covered it on chapter three of the book, the Man Vantage, the God ferment. How could the government of the United States become a religious entity? You know, a God-like entity. It had to destroy the extended family. And after destroying the extended family, and here's the thing: if you do research on this, you will find out that the polygamy ended less than 20 years after the Civil War. Less than 20 years after the Civil War, polygamy was ended. They made that illegal. The government followed the Church of Saint Latter-day Saints. Why would a government follow the church unless the government deems itself a religious, organization and a religious entity? You know what I'm saying? So in less than 20 years, you had the end of polygamy. And then in less than 40 years, you had the end of prostitution. You know what I'm saying? You had the end of prostitution. And then in less than 50 years later, you gotta look at it, after the end of prostitution was made illegal, in less than 60 years, you have the female vote comes in. You know what I'm saying? Everything this government did, and I've spoken to some people that tell me, "Oh, hold the truth hostage. You're looking at patterns too much." You know what I'm saying? Oh, the homie Yori was good, man. My brother was good, man. My brother, you already know, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, the gods from the motherland. You know, well, not even gods. I forget the word for it, as I was studying it a little. You know what I mean? But the thing is, you know, when you look at the government, man, we do not live in a government. We live in the God for men. Once you start looking at the United States government as a religion and as a religion built on, you know, maintaining that by any means. Because think about it. Look at the United States. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, my brother, there it is. The, you know, Orochi. My bad, man. My bad for the pronunciation, man. We gotta one of these days we gotta do a stream, man. We gotta collab on a stream on spirituality. You know what I'm saying? Because I think a lot of people have lost track of spirituality and have joined commercial spirituality. You know, commercialized spirituality. But you know, we'll chop it up about that one day. But the thing I'm telling people when I wrote this book, you know, the thing I cover the most that changes everything is we don't live in a government. We have a God for men. The government we live in has a um a God complex. It has a God complex. The government we live in has a God complex, and this is why you see politicians openly sacrificing themselves at the altar. Because think about it. Donald Trump was the president of the United States of America. He was the president who's been divorced over 4 times. Yet not once did Donald Trump say, you know what, man, I got to fix this family court. You know what I'm saying? It's destroying the families of this country. And the destruction of the family is the erosion of American family tradition. It's destroying it. You know what I'm saying? This is why you see videos of you know, women openly promoting the you know what I'm saying, the destruction of a child within their womb literally a week before. I think in New York they got a law where you could delete that offspring a week before, a day before, because the foundation of the American family has been destroyed. Not one, think about it, not one politician has ever said, you know, we got to fix the family court. We got to fix the foundation of the American family. Not one, because the government operates on a God complex and it needs more sacrificial bodies. So even your local politicians, your favorite politicians, they are all sacrificial lambs to maintain this godlike entity known as the government, a government with a God complex. You know what I'm saying? This is why you don't hear, you know, divorce laws are different. I think Alabama, one of the homies told me, I think it's Georgia. Georgia's one of the states where the way child support works is that the government will collect, I think it's a $500 minimum per child every month. It's $500, but the problem is even at $500, it's still coming strictly from the man. You know what I'm saying? It's coming strictly from the man, even though that child is the creation between both man and child, you know, man and woman. So if both man and woman made this child, how does it make sense that both man and woman aren't paying child support? You know what I'm saying? Even when the child support is so-called fair. Oh man, I'm paying $500 for child support a month. So you're how is this fair? How is it fair that you both created this child, yet you're the only one paying? Now I understand if she wasn't working. If she's not working at all, she doesn't have a job, she's got a disability or something like that. You know what I mean? It makes sense. Or maybe the first year, you know, she's got to take care of that child. she doesn't work. It kind of makes sense. But if it's the man only pays, then there's no what is fair about that? You know what I'm saying? I've been telling guys this. I don't believe in equality. Equality does not exist. Equality is a scam. Now, fairness, I believe in fairness. We can have fairness. You see the homie, let's say the homie Black Circle. The homie Black Circle talks to me. I chop it up with him, and a new person comes there. It won't be equal. You know what I mean? Let me see what the homie Scott. If she doesn't work, she gets the government support. Yeah, I mean that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man, let me see what the homie Scott. Man pays them and the taxpayer pays them. Yeah. I mean, the thing is this, man, you know, and I plan to do a stream because I got some of the homies that got kids, man. And I've been doing streams for over 5, 6 years. I think, yeah, I've been streaming for over 5, 6 years now. I think I need to cover what the man who has a child needs to do. You know what I'm saying? I think there that the father's what you got to do. But the thing is this, man. There's no such thing as equality. Equality is a scam, and I'll give you an example. Let's say you got a brother, you got a cousin or sibling. Let's say you got a brother and you got a cousin, and let's say you got to serve your brother and your cousin food. You know, you got to give them both food. You're telling me that you serve them both equally. You know what I'm saying? You serve them both equally. When you pass them food, your thoughts are the same. The thoughts you have for your brother is the same thoughts you have for your cousin when you're serving them food. That's a lie. You know what I'm saying? There's no such thing as equality because we all have I forget the word, not favorites. Damn, I forget the word, but you know what I mean? We think about people differently. You know what I'm saying? So the narrative that you'll serve everyone this, equally, it doesn't make sense. Now, fairly, yeah, fairness can happen. You know what I'm saying? Fairness, I believe in, and I think that's one of the major issues of the country is that they keep having us pursue equality rather than fairness. Why don't you want me to have a fair chance, but you want this so-called equality scam to be what determines how we live? There's no such thing as equality. There never has been. You know what I'm saying? Everyone treats somebody differently. You know what I'm saying? We have preferences. We will never be equal. You know what I'm saying? We'll never be equal. You know what I'm saying? There is no such thing as equality. Now, fairness, yeah. You know what I'm saying? If the homie Scott, for example, is let's say the homie Scott is a traffic guard. You know what I'm saying? Traffic guard. He sees me crossing the street. In fairness, he'll help me out like he'll help anybody else with the traffic signal. So it's fair. Now, is it equal? No. You know what I'm saying? Scott might not like me because, oh man, I don't like people with these Bob Marley locks. I don't like people with locks like this. So we got preferences, man. Equality is based on preferences. Fairness is based on I think the laws and I think the legal aspect of life. Fairness. I don't believe in equality. I think equality, it's a scam. We're all equal, no such thing, man. We will never be equal. You know what I'm saying? Even if you say, for example, one saying a lot of people say, I don't see color. I don't see color. That's a negative thing. What you mean you don't see color? It's okay to admit you see color, man. That means you see how I look. I see how you look. It's perfectly fine to see color. When somebody says I don't see color, that's a problem. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not willing to admit the existence of something different from yourself. And the thing about equality, it will never exist. For example, I'm a Haitian man. Around my own people, I'll be more comfortable than I'll ever be around people that aren't my own. You know what I'm saying? It's just the way I'm wired. You know what I'm saying? That's my culture, that's my people. I will always find a higher level of comfort around my own people. You know what I'm saying? Just like you will find comfort around your own people sooner than you'll find comfort around strangers. You know, people from outside your culture. Today they will say, "Oh, that's racist, man. How come you look at other people differently and not equally to your own culture and your own ethnicity and your own race? That's being racist and all this scam. It's BS, man. Equality is a propaganda. You know what I'm saying? If you look at back in the time, man wanted fairness. We want fairness, man. You know, if the homie Scott worked the same hours as I worked, it's only fair he gets paid the same amount of money I got paid. You know what I'm saying? Fairness. Equality is a scam. You know, there's no such thing as equality. Because to say equality exists would mean everyone looks at everyone the same. You know what I'm saying? Mentally, physically, you know, psychologically, we all treat each other the same. No, we don't. You know what I'm saying? I might bump into for example, you know, I'm Haitian and I bump into a guy that's Jamaican. We're talking, whatever. In the back of his mind, he might have some stereotypical or some thoughts about how Haitian people behave, and I might have some thoughts about, oh, he's Jamaican, man. You know, they smoke weed, they listen to Bob Marley, and you know, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You will have some pre-built notions about that person. You know what I'm saying? So equality is a scam, man. Equality. This is why we don't have fairness, because we're all chasing the scam of equality. Or we all need to be treated the same. Somebody that's paralyzed should be treated the same as somebody that can walk. That's stupid. You know what I'm saying? That person is paralyzed. You know, because he's paralyzed, I'll tend to be far more lenient. I'll tend to be more sympathetic. I'll tend to be more helpful. You know what I'm saying? We've all been there where if you took a bus or public transportation, or if you were walking into a building, you see somebody that's disabled, you're gonna open that door for them, man. You're gonna open the door. You're gonna be more caring for that person, you know, more ready to help because you see that person is disabled and needs help. You know what I'm saying? So the narrative that we all will treat each other the same, it's a lie. It is a lie, man. But to get back to the Elon Musk thing, is that Elon Musk, a billionaire, you know what I'm saying? A billionaire, man. A guy worth hundreds of billions of dollars. You know what I'm saying? Give me a minute. I think the thing froze. Give me 1 second. God damn, the computer, man. Give me 1 second. Something is acting up. Unable. Give me 1 minute. Give me 1 second. The hell's going on? My bad, man. StreamYard got disconnected. But you know, like I was saying, man, fairness exists, man. The goal is fairness. You know what I'm saying? The narrative of equality, you know, it's a scam. But before I wrap up this stream, let me share the Elon Musk. Give me 1 minute. I'm trying to find it one more time. Give me 1 second. Yeah, there it is. Like I said, man, when Elon Musk, and to me, you gotta, I know I keep saying this over and over again, but a lot of people need to pay attention. When Elon Musk, worth hundreds of billions of dollars at the pandemic, where there's a lot of money at risk, where a lot of resources are being lost, tells you to take the red pill, he's basically informing all corporations. You know what I'm saying? Elon has a big effect on social media. And think about it. Think about it, Kevin. When did Kevin Samuels blow up? I forgot what year he blew up. Wasn't it like 2020? I forget. You know, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but notice that Elon Musk said take the red pill in all the social media accounts. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, and you see a lot of red pill content. You know what I'm saying? This narrative of battle of the sexes, whatever. You know, that scam. That's a whole other scam in itself. You know what I'm saying? I cover how the battle of the sexes is a scam anyway on the Man Vantage. But the thing is, when someone's worth hundreds of billions of dollars tells you this, man, let me see. Oh, yo, so it was during Conan 19. You know, so Kevin Samuels got big during Conan 19. And think about that. He got hundreds of thousands, millions of views at a time where a lot of corporations were losing money because they realized that the red pill benefits all the corporations. I've been saying this for years now that the red pill preaches to men to stay where they are. Stay where you are. And what this does is it gives the government, corporations, the family court, all these romanticizing narratives, a way to catch you. It's a way to catch you. Think about it. If you deem the nation an enclosure, if you say, yo, this is, a lot of men in the manosphere like to say, this is the plantation. You know what I'm saying? So if this is the plantation and all you're telling men is you got to stay in this plantation, the plantation is all we have. It's the only thing that exists. You got to stay in the plantation. You're basically telling the government, the corporations, don't worry about these men. They're not going anywhere. And even the women too, like the women have I've done videos on this. They've switched their tactics. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of men in the manosphere like to talk as though women don't adapt to men. The number one adapter to men are women. You know what I'm saying? It's been like that forever. You know, they adapt to us. You know what I mean? And a lot of the women now have adapted to, I made this video years ago, to the simp hunter. You know what I'm saying? A lot of women have learned that you can't just show your body to these men. That's not enough anymore. You have to say, I understand your pain. I understand your suffering. Oh man, it's so sad to be a man. I can't believe how sad it is. You guys go through so much. I'm sorry. And that's how the women will get you now. Because I've been telling guys this since I was in the manosphere for years. All it takes now is a kind word, a kind gesture. That's all it takes. And a man will sell his soul in a matter of seconds. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you an example. A hot chick, is crossing the street and she just tells this guy, watch out, be careful. Bam. That dude's ready to wife her up right then and there. He's ready to marry her like that. That's all it takes. Oh my God, I'm a man, and no one gives us, acknowledges our existence. No one loves us. So all it takes to get a man now, a lot of the women have learned, is you have to be polite. You got to be kind. That's all it takes. And the guy will sell his soul. You know what I'm saying? Straight Mortal Kombat. You know what I'm saying? Shang Tsung. You know what I mean? He'll give his soul to her in 5 seconds. That's why you watch all these videos and channels where you're like, yo, that chick clearly has been with over 100 bodies and she's wifed up. You know what I'm saying? She's been on OnlyFans wifed up because it doesn't matter. A lot of the men have been trained that this is their only location. And a lot of the guys in the manosphere keep spewing out this narrative that we men need acknowledgement. We need to go to a job where they tell us, I love you. Mr. Hold the Truth hostage. Before you start work, I want to let you know we love you here. We care for you here. You're such a great person. And I'm like, yo, man, I'm just here to work, man. I'm just here to get my money, go home. So all this lovey-dovey stuff, it don't mean nothing to me. The majority of men don't care if their jobs don't acknowledge them. As long as they acknowledge my paycheck, give me my money. Most men don't care about the emotions. And what a lot of men in the manosphere are doing is they're training men to not accept accountability for volunteering to be a victim. And they're feminizing men by telling them we need to be loved and we need the world to tell us they love us and all that. Yo, the majority of men do not care about that. You know what I'm saying? I've been to a lot of jobs, man. I've been working a lot of places. To me, if a place ever told me, yo, we love you here, all of a sudden my antenna goes up. Something ain't right. You know what I'm saying? Something ain't right. Why would this job location tell me they got love for me and all this? Something ain't right. Something's wrong here. I gotta be careful. I gotta watch out. Something ain't right. They want me to drop my guard. So to me, man, when you see Elon Musk worth hundreds of billions of dollars tells you take the red pill, that basically ended the red pill. That ended all of this talk. Because once a guy is making hundreds of billions of dollars says there's no threat to this, it will not impact or affect the amount of money we make. It will not impact the relationships with the government. It will not do anything. This red pill is nothing more than a consumeristic perspective of 1950s government propaganda. We can profit from this. We can look at all these channels in the manosphere that are getting hundreds of thousands of views, millions of views. You know what I'm saying? Because it helps the system. It helps the system that there's a message that's telling men they're defective, no one loves them. It's producing the message and the narrative that these men need to be more emotional. These men need to fight a battle for idealism. When there's not a man, we know Elon Musk is worth hundreds of billions of dollars. Are you telling me Elon Musk could have the government change its laws? Could have a government that prints the money that's worth over $20 trillion plus the amount of worth the United States has from favors? You know how many countries owe America favors, man? You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, gauge the country and the government based on, oh, there's this trillions of dollars of what is it? The national debt is in trillions of dollars. So, you know how many countries owe America money or owe America favors? You know what I'm saying? But man, this has been Hold the Truth hostage. I know, you know what I'm saying? I know the homie Black Circle gonna get at me. This was supposed to be an hour. You know what I'm saying? This was supposed to be an hour, but it'd be, hold the hour hostage, and it's about to be 2 hours. But like I said, man, this is Hold the Truth hostage. The book is out, man. The Man Vantage is out, and it's all written. Very soon I will start dropping videos based on the Man Vantage. But your boy is an author now, man, and all the answers are here, because before I leave, that's what men want. Men don't want a 15-step program. Men are not looking for join my video, join my course. Men are not looking for that. Men are looking for strictly solutions. You know what I'm saying? Strictly solutions. Men do not want to hear a course. They want solutions because life is not gonna give them a 12-hour course. Let me see what the homie David Little. It's all good, man. Tiffany Stratton was lovely. You know what I mean? So a lot of men are looking for the answer. You know what I'm saying? Math. Men are looking for, you know what I'm saying, cause and effect. Cause and effect. And that's how I wrote this book, man. Here are the causes, here are the effects. That's it. The rest is up to you, man. I'm not here to set you up with a course. Because here's the thing: when the family court comes after, you think the family court has a course on child support? You think there's a course on child support? You think there's a course on divorce? You think there's a course on domestic violence? You think there's a course on false accusations? You know what I'm saying? You got to pass, like, think about it. Do you have to pass a divorce course? Do you think you got to pass a false accusation course? You think you got to pass a, you know what I'm saying, child support course so they can hit you? No. It's just bam, man. It just hits you. You're on child support. Bam, you're getting divorced. Bam. That's it, man. There are no courses for this. So the way life is, man, you know what I'm saying? Here's the cause and the effect, and we move on. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what the homie Nezinez said. You know, being aware of the government scheme is like waking up in a cult while everyone else is still asleep and you're trying to get out. Damn. God damn, Nezinez, man. That was whew, that was deep. Let me repeat that. Being aware of the government scheme is like waking up in a cult while everyone else is still asleep and you're trying to get out. Yeah. But I mean, you're not trying, bro. You know, we got to take. I remember somebody I bumped into. I bumped into a businessman, and the businessman told me to take trying out of your vocabulary. You know what I'm saying? You got to say we're getting out. You know what I'm saying? We're getting out, man. In fact, I'm gonna put a question. You know, I think, you know what, I could do 30 more minutes. You know, if anybody's okay with that, let me know. But yeah, I'll do 30 more minutes. You know what I'm saying? God damn, man. Yo, Black Circle, man. Don't come at me, man. Yo, Black Circle, don't come at me, bro. You know what I mean? You know, I have a problem, you know. But yeah. But you know, let me put what the homie Nezinez said. You know, being aware of the God, you know, the government, government. I don't call it the government. I call it the government. You know, being aware of the government scheme is like waking up in a cult while everyone else is still asleep and you're going to get out. You know, I had to edit it a little. You're going to get out. We getting out. We're already out. You know, a lot of other male content creators will tell you we're not out. You know what I'm saying? We're slaves in the system. We're not slaves. Bro, being a man in the West, you're free. You are free, man. I've been saying this. You know, I made a video way back. You know, let me look at it quick. I made a video called, you know, Guiders. You know, Guiders. Give me a second. Guides. Yeah. Give me a minute. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, give me 1 minute to find it. Red pill dating. You know what I mean? Damn, I can't find it, but you know, give me a second. Yeah, I can't find it, but yeah. Basically, I made a video way back. You gotta understand the way the system works is that if the women are the agents, you know what I'm saying? If the women are the agents, then the men, you know what I'm saying? The men are basically the guiders, you know. They're the guides, you know. And a lot of these red pill dating coaches and PUAs, they are here to guide you back into the system. The whole goal is to guide you into the system. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of guys don't understand that, and no one talks about that in the manosphere. If the women are the agents, then who's the guides? Who's the guides? The guides are your dating coaches, the PUAs, your Andrew Tates. They are here to guide you into the system. You know what I'm saying? That's the goal. And a lot of guys don't understand. In the West, we are not slaves, man. Let me play the sound of freedom, man. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of guys don't get it. I'm saying that's the spirit of the bald eagle. You know what I mean? You gotta understand, man. You know, bald eagles fly, man. Bald eagles fly. They're not chickens, man. We're free. In the West, you are free. But you have to be convinced to volunteer to be a victim. That's why that word, when one of the homies, he hit me back with it. He was like, "Yo, man, volunteers. You're right. Volunteers can't be victims." You know what I'm saying? That's how the West works. You're free here. There's nothing stopping you. A lot of these dating coaches will tell you, well, you know, the dating scene is bad here, here. Dude, you can move. A man in America is free. You're free like the bald eagle to travel wherever the hell you want. The problem is if you settle, if you commit, if you obtain a liability. That's why I did the whole full-time ghost. I did the whole the Casper pill, is that men in America, men in the West, to figure out your freedom, you have to understand you can't have any liabilities that obstruct your freedom to be mobile, your freedom to move around and do what you want. You know what I'm saying? A married man can't do what he wants. And notice a lot of guys, let me show you something, man. Let me show you how ahead I am in the manosphere. Just, you know what I'm saying? Let me just prove to you just how ahead of my time I am. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be in shock. Let me show you this. You know, let me show you this, man. Because a lot of people at times think, they don't be believing what I'm saying. They think I don't have evidence. Let me show you something. Let me show you something quick. I'm going back to YouTube, you know. Check this out. Couple living on a van. Let me show you something, man. Let me show you why I hold the truth hostage and far ahead, man. I am basically, you know what I'm saying? This is why I'm targeted. I am like a goddamn prophet. You know what I'm saying? Because you can see how society works when you look at math. I'm not invested. I'm not an idealist. I'm not dreaming. I'm not trying to save the world. I'm giving you the mathematics. Look at this. Look at these videos on YouTube. What do you see here, man? Couple living in a van. You know what I'm saying? Wives and men married live in a van. You know what I'm saying? And they're showing you this. How come these videos are getting millions of views now? How come this narrative of the couples traveling and being able to be mobile, being able to not face the liabilities and inability to be mobile? There's literally on YouTube a chick that went viral. She been living in a van, you know what I'm saying? She been living in a van for years, got millions of views. The channel blew up. How come at a moment where men are buying less houses, men are investing in less families, less in the American dream, the white picket fence, you know what I'm saying? The two kids in a Lassie. Lassie, did Timmy fall in the well again? You know what I'm saying? How come now all of a sudden videos are popping up and I'm doing these hand gestures to just try to keep your attention with it. But how come now all of a sudden a big video perspective is couples traveling and living together? How come? Because they have to guide you back into the system. A lot of men don't understand that there are guiders. They must guide you back in the system. Now they're basically telling a lot of men, wait, guys, you don't have to give up on marriage and love. You can find a woman that will marry you and y'all could live in a van. Y'all could live in a bus. Let me keep going, man. Let me keep cooking, man. Let me keep putting some seasoning. Let me keep seasoning this, man. Couple living in bus. You know what I'm saying? Let me show you, man. Let me show you these views. Look at this. I searched this and how many couples show up. This is literally 3 weeks from now. Young couple beats housing market and lives in a bus. You know what I'm saying? Look at this. This is 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying? A lot of guys looking at this will say, "Oh, they're happy." Yeah, but that dude can still face the divorce laws and all that. And what happens when she's done living on a bus? When that's over. When that's over, then what? Then what's going to happen to you? All of a sudden, when the housing market is crashing, when men are not investing in housing anymore, because I told you guys this with the Casper pill, I think it was Casper pill 2.0. You know what I'm saying? This is how far ahead of a lot of people I am. And, I'm not, what I'm saying? I used to say, be humble, man. Get that humble BS out of here, man. Be cocky, be confident, man. If you know, until someone else proves me wrong, you know what I'm saying? I'm prophesizing out here, man. You know what I'm saying? But I told people with Casper pill 2.0, Casper pill 2.0, or maybe it was Casper pill 1.0. I don't remember at this time, but it was one of them. But I told you, why would you as a man, why would you invest in an apartment? Why would you seek to buy a house unless it's for making money? Unless it's for making money, why would you invest in this unless it's about making money when you're not going to get married? If you're not going to get married, if you're not going to start a family in the West, it does not make sense that you would even rent a whole apartment. It doesn't make sense unless it has to do with your job and your working situation. Unless it has to do with employment and money, none of that makes sense, because the reason a man gets his own house is to basically prepare himself. It's training. You get your own apartment, you get your own house. It's all training for when you eventually start a family. You eventually have your girl move into the same house as you. You know what I'm saying? It's all training. Now, all of a sudden, and remember, I predicted this years ago. I made a video called Mobility is Freedom. I predicted this over 4 years ago. I predicted this crap. You know what I'm saying? Now they have to guide you. Because what's happening is the white picket fence, you know what I'm saying? The white fence, the 2 kids, 1 dog in a household was a one size fits all ideal. It was a one size fits all. You know what I'm saying? Let me get my Birdman, get them Birdman hands going. But you know what I mean? But it was a one size fits all. Now they're seeing that, we need them to get married by any means necessary. So we must promote alternatives. Like I'll give you something else. Let me check this one out. You know what I'm saying? Girl, let me see. Girl living. Let me see. I think it was woman living in a van. Check it out. Look at it. I'm gonna show you something. Look at that. There it is, man. Her whole channel. You know what I mean? Let me just go to the channel quick. Let me pause the content. I'm gonna pause it quick and show you guys. You know what I mean? Millions of views. You know what I'm saying? She had millions of views and all that stuff. And I mean, it looks staged. It looks very staged, but millions, 2.38 million subs, 31 videos. You know what I'm saying? She hasn't uploaded in 2 years. She had a fundraiser, whatever, whatever. You know what I mean? So let me pause this joint quick. 2 years. They have to show the men that you can still have a family, dude. You can still participate. You can still proudly volunteer to be a victim. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that might have to be the next title of my book, man. Volunteers, volunteers can't be victims. You know what I'm saying? By hold the truth hostage. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? I'll go viral because someone will take it out of context. Well, what do you mean volunteers can be victims? What do you mean by that? You know, you gotta look at what I'm saying. You know, but this is what they did, man. They now have to break the narrative that you need a house and a picket fence. They have to now make it that, guess what, guys? You know what I'm saying? You don't need a house anymore, man. You don't need a house. You don't need a white picket fence. You could still start a family. You could still volunteer to be a victim. You know what I'm saying? You can still volunteer to be a victim, and you shouldn't have any shame, guys. You don't need to bring the white picket fence in the house. You know what I'm saying? Let me see what Domi David. Yeah, I had to assure Nina Jackson, Tiffany, we were looking for our room, not creepy fans. Yeah, you David, you wildin', man. You going wild, you know. So to me, man, this is what's happening. You know, there always is counters. You got to remember that the system. Look at that 2 point. Let me, you know what I mean. Look at that 2.8 million views. They lived in a bus. You know what I'm saying? They're showcasing to all these men. Do not give up on love, man. Don't give up on love. Don't give up on the system, man. You can still volunteer, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, the Uncle Sam thing. We want you to volunteer to be a victim. You know what I'm saying? Uncle Sam wants you to volunteer to be a victim. You know what I'm saying? So now they're spreading this whole narrative that you can get in a long-term relationship living in a bus, you know what I'm saying, living in a van. Look at all the happiness, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Look at all the happiness, happy families, 7 months, family living in a 2-story RV. You know what I'm saying? That might actually be a plan, man. You know what I mean? But buses, they're showing all these narratives because they must capture the men again. And here's the thing about YouTube. For example, I'm in the YouTube content program. YouTube tells me whenever I upload something to let them know if it's you know, if I'm marketing or selling something. But but does that rule apply to YouTube? How do me and you know that these couples and all of them aren't plants by YouTube? You know, how do we know they're not plants by the family court? You know what I'm saying? There has to be a counter initiative to the whole red pills scamosphere, whatever going on. So, you know what I mean? This is what's going on. And I've been telling guys, man, I told guys with the Casper pill 1.0. Once you become a full-time ghost, once you've chosen a life of no liabilities, you know what I'm saying? Once you declare to yourself, I cannot have liabilities, you will be forever single in the West. You will never be in a long-term relationship because when you live by the law of no liabilities, how can you get into a long-term relationship? How can you get into one when it creates a liability? You know what I'm saying? When it creates out of nowhere what they call it, that type of marriage by the government, when you live in the same house too long. I forget what they call that type of marriage. God damn, I always forget that. when you live together. I forget the narrative of that law, but that's a liability. The way the government works, and like I tell guys in the West, all the guys scamming you in the red pill, and some guys in the MGTOW here and there, trying to scare you, whatever. They will sell you this narrative. You're not free. We are free. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, there it is. Cohabitation. The homie David dropped it. Cohabitation. Once you cohabitate, you create the liability that the government can send that paperwork and say y'all married by, God, I forgot that law. You're married by, because y'all live together. I forget the law and how they say it, you know. But this is what's gonna happen, man. When you become, this is why I went down the full-time ghost route, you know, because at least when you search full-time ghosting, man, I can at least maintain the stance, you know what I'm saying, the standard, and say this is how it works. You know what I'm saying? No liabilities. And when you live by these rules of no liabilities, thank you, David, man. I don't know why I keep forgetting common law marriage. It's the easiest damn thing to remember, but I always forget it. But yeah, common law. You can't, you know what I'm saying? No liabilities. I remember in MGTOW when one of the homies in the MGTOW channel shared with me that, that was way back, where he shared that a woman was in a relationship with a guy. They broke up 2 months ago. And like 8 months later, they got common law marriage because she kept sending her mail to his house. And because some of the people in the neighborhood saw them together, they said, yeah, they've been together. You know what I'm saying? So she had all the evidence. Common law marriage. Once you have chosen, and like I tell guys, we are free. It has never been more free to be a man than it is right now. You know what I'm saying? You have options for housing. You could rent a room. You have Airbnb. You got houses where people are building homes out of you know what I'm saying? I forget what they call that thing for the ships. You know what I'm saying? I forget what they call it. Let me see what the homie said. Believe me, bro, the fact I had to assure female athletes we mean no harm is sad state of fan slash star interaction. Wow. Oh, I get what you're saying. Yo, David, I get it. When you were taking photos, if you took photos with the wrestlers, you had to insure them. And the thing about the fan thing is, man, they make the fans now feel like you're a predator or something. You know what I'm saying? You want to shake a wrestler's hand. I understand the male, like you're a lot safe. Well, somewhat, I don't think it is anymore. I think you could just shake hands now. You know what I'm saying? The men are more old school. They'll be your eye, shake my hand. That's my eye. Thank you. Because I don't think the narrative, remember Me Too. I don't think the narrative of Me Too has spread as much around men in the closet. It hasn't spread around Rainbow Riders. In fact, let me change it. I think YouTube has let it down. Basically, I don't think Me Too happened with gay men. I don't think gay men were, for example, let's say The Rock is taking a photo with a man that happens to be gay and shakes his hand, or, gives him a hug. The odds of a gay man saying The Rock sexually abused him are far lower to damn near none. You know what I'm saying? Because we men, the way we interact with each other, it could become, we might not make it to court. One of us might not make it to court. So I think a lot of the male athletes and wrestlers and so on, they're more comfortable. I'm gonna shake a male fan's hand. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give the male fan's son a hug. There's not gonna be a crazy chance that a male fan will say, "Yo, The Rock, John Cena, and they were too close to me. You know what I'm saying? They touched skin to skin when we shook hands." So I think a lot of the female wrestlers, due to this climate of Me Too and this and that, you know what I'm saying? They've become more guarded to where you can't really approach the female fans, and the male fans are somewhat scared too. And what happens when the male fans can't approach the female fans to give them a hug, shake their hands, and all that stuff, because they'll deem it a creep or they'll say something, sexual harassment. What it does is the male fans become less loyal to the female fans. Because let's be honest, man, you're looking at those female fans. Yes, their skill and but you're looking at them mostly from a attractive perspective. They're beautiful, they're attractive, blah blah blah. And if you can't just shake their hand, give them a hug, you know what I'm saying? It ruins the experience. And what's happened is with the Me Too generation era we're in, is that a lot of females are losing the opportunity to make a lot of money. I mean, think about it, in wrestling now, there's no more bra and panties matches. A lot of guys listening to that will say, oh, hold the truth hostage. You're about the women not having skill and you're just looking at them as a sex object. Yes, some of them, that's what they excelled at. And the other thing is, that's how I work. As a male wrestling fan, you know what I'm saying? If you're looking at a female wrestler, you're not looking at her from a perspective of, you know what I'm saying, seeing yourself being the strongest you can be through her. You're not going to live through her. You know what I'm saying? But looking at her as a sexual, attractive, beautiful being, you know what I'm saying? You will give her mad attention. Well, you might, want to, propose to that one of these days. you know, but the narrative that's happened is a lot of the women, like I'll just use wrestling quick as an example, is that wrestling right now is segregated. A lot of sports shows you watch, like wrestling, it is segregation. It is sexual segregation. The women do not interact with the men. The men do not interact with the women. Just imagine watching a soap opera where every episode, all the problems and the drama happen between the men, and all the problems and the drama happen exclusively between the women. There's sexual segregation, and that's what's happening in wrestling right now. That's why a lot of the female wrestlers, they're not becoming as superstars. There's no Trish Stratus, there's no Lita, there's no Sable, you know what I'm saying? There's no Jazz, there's no China, there's no big sexually attractive, woman that the male fans idolize, and the female fans want to be, they want that attention. You know what I'm saying? It's all sexually segregated, by sex. The men here, the women there. They don't interact. Like, I mean, think about it just quick for wrestling. Seth Rollins is literally married to Becky Lynch. He's married to Becky Lynch, and they spend more time advertising that Becky Lynch goes by the man. They're telling you a woman goes by the man, and they wonder why their views are down. And you know what I'm saying? Watching wrestling now it's become, you know what I mean? You're picking highlights. You're not watching the whole thing. You watch highlights now. Because you know what I mean? You see what they're doing. But to get back and to close the stream, 2 hours and 30 minutes, to close the stream is that I've told guys this, man. I've predicted this. You know what I'm saying? Let me go to my channel quick and I'll show you, you know, I'll show you that I predicted this. Mobile. Let me see that. Yeah, look at that. You know what I mean? 3 years ago, mobile and free. You know what I'm saying? 3 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Mobility and is freedom, whatever. 3 years ago, I spoke about it. The thing you got to understand is it has never been more of a time to be free. You are free as a man. Anybody telling you you're not free, that's a red, you know me, I don't go by flags. That's a red light. That's a red light right there. That's a red light that someone would want to tell me as a man I'm not free. We got Airbnb. There's Airbnb now. You know what I'm saying? And David knows this, man. We products of the 90s. You remember the 90s, man. You had to get a yellow book There were no Airbnbs in the 90s, and there was no research for you to rent a room, sharing rooms. There was no other choices in the 90s. In the 90s, it was either the white picket fence in the house, your roommates. Now, if you don't got a lot of male friends, how you gonna get roommates? You know what I'm saying? So if you're a very you know what I mean, what they call that, not in yeah, introvert, how you gonna get male roommates to co-rent a room? You know what I'm saying? So we are in the freest time ever to be a man. You are absolutely free. You literally can look up videos on the world, traveling, you know, even other states. You could travel in other states. You are free. Any other man trying to tell you you're not free, man, you know what I'm saying? Let me close. Let me make sure you could see the bald eagle. You know what I'm saying? You could see the spirit of America. You know what I'm saying? This has been Hold the Truth Hostage, where if the truth was so important, we wouldn't negotiate with lies. We would hold the truth hostage. Full-time ghosting is not an opinion. It's the only choice. You know what I'm saying? It's not an option. It's the only choice. And remember, if anybody telling you you're not free, they're un-American. Damn. The spirit of America, the strength of America. You know what I'm saying? You hear that sound? It's the sound of freedom. You know what I'm saying? That bald eagle knows. Oh man. All right, man. Thank you everybody for you know, I went over the time limit. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for stopping by at you know, Hold the Hour Hostage. You know what I'm saying? Next time it will be an hour. You know what I'm saying?
They said the truth won't survive beside the lies that maintain